What is going on, Cupbangers? Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is why I'm wearing my robe, because I'm elegant, I'm fancy, and I'm about to tell you a story. So Pedro, let's get with the car story going. Hit it, Pedro!
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be telling you guys, and Pedro here, a story as to why. Because Pedro was asking me the other day, why don't you throw the car here and do this? Do a burnout. And I don't do those things on the street for one reason. I got into my first car accident doing that. And ever since I learned that you can control some things on the street. So here's the story about how I got into my first car crash. Ever. Let's get the party started. Back in the day when I used to live in Mexico, and I'm not going to mention the cars, and I'm not going to mention where, because I don't know how that works with those guys, legalities or not. Just for legal reasons, I'm not going to tell you exactly what the cars were and people's names, but let's get this party started. I didn't start drinking until I was 18. This is important because I need you guys to understand that. We were coming out of a club in a small town in Mexico that is by the beach. And literally there's one strip that goes through the whole town, that's 35-mile-an-hour strip. We get out of the club, and we're 17. We're like, oh, little digs, walking around thinking we're the shit. And all my friends go, bro, let's get in the cars and drive. We're gonna go to this place. Cool, let's get in the cars. So we get in the cars, and it's probably around 3 in the morning, and it's raining. And when you're young, you start doing stupid shit. Again, I was not drinking because I didn't drink at the time. So I'm driving my car, I have a co-pilot, and there's 2 other friends in 2 other cars with another co-pilot each. And as we go, one of our friends starts, racing a little bit and going and getting everyone really fucking hot-headed into speeding. Didn't take that long before I started to do the same thing as he did, which was a tremendous mistake. And on that 35-mile-an-hour strip, we were just driving, and I felt like I was going in Fast and the Furious, he was probably going 140 kilometers an hour, which is not that fast, really. But I feel like I was Vin Diesel for sure. So clearly it was the muscles or the hair, one of the two. So I'm driving like Vin Diesel in the middle of this fucking beach town, killing it. And all of a sudden, we go through a roundabout, and it's not like you're really turning. You can go kind of straight, but you have to cut it a little bit. You got to apex that shit. So, professional race car driver Alejandro gets, into position, gets ready. And as I start passing the turn, I realize that there's 3 cop cars right there and then. And all of the cops literally just went saw them all in my rearview mirror. I stopped dead on the brakes. I was like, nope, they're gonna see me. I should slow down. And then all of a sudden, we see all the cops get through the rearview mirror. They all get in their car and start chasing us. And at that point, I was like, already in Fast and the Furious, I might as well go all the way. So I stole a couple of VCRs. No, I didn't. I actually didn't, if I remember correctly. We actually just gassed it and kept going. And at that point, because we were in faster cars than the cops, we lost them. And in Mexico at that time, the cops didn't have incredible police cars that were so fast. So we left them. We're driving. We're all laughing oh yeah, we made it, dude. That was such a rush. Let's disappear. So what do we do to disappear? Let's go into the mountains. Let's make a turn into the city and just go up the mountains. Great. So I'm the 3rd car. There's 2 cars in front of me. And my friend out of nowhere on the first car just decides to make a right. The second one follows right away. Here's where Alejandro thinks that everything's gonna go great, and he didn't. I see the turn, I see that they all turn. I had the most space in between cars, so I figured, bro, this is Fast and the Furious. You can power slide the car while committing a crime, and it'll be super cool, and everyone will respect it. And by everyone, I mean the one guy that was in the car with me. So here goes Alejandro. Again, it's raining in the middle of the night. I throw the car, try to catch the slide, and as I try to catch it, correcting the steering wheel, I look up the turn, and it's not a 90-degree turn. It was literally a V, and it went up like that. And there's a strip club in the way up. I should have known better because I used to frequent that gentleman's club. And as I am throwing the car, I'm seeing that there's cars parked on the side, and there's no way in hell my car is going to clear the turn. So Alejandro's conscience comes in, and he goes, bro, forget about this. You're going to get hit on the side because you're turning the car like this by that car. So what do you do? What do you need to do, Alejandro? And what Alejandro thought was the right thing to do was just correct the car, get it out of the turn, and crash directly into the sidewalk and see what happens. And there was a clothing store right there in the corner. So when I see it, I said, you know what? Just instead of hitting that car that's parked right here with the side, try to get into the store. You might as well do some shopping while you're at it. So I correct the car. I clear the other car, barely scratch the front bumper of it, destroy all of the button on my car, made it all the way through. And at that point, I'm just running on adrenaline. And I get out of the car, I'm like, fuck, what just happened? All that adrenaline running, I'm looking out. My friend is perfectly fine. I realize that I scratched the car that's parked there. The sidewalk is a little fucked up, literally just a scratch, like whatever you see on top of like some concrete anywhere. And I missed the store by this much. But with all that adrenaline, I forgot that the cops were following me. So of course it took like 10, 15 seconds and all of the cop cars show up. And now there's more because I'm assuming they called their friends. So all these cop cars get to me, pull over, and I'm like, all right, that's it. Fuck, I'm getting arrested. So I basically go like this to the cop. And the cop goes, sir, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And he goes, you're so lucky. We were chasing some guys that were going really fast. And we saw you here, so we want to make sure that you're okay. I'm like, these guys don't realize that I'm the asshole who they were chasing. No idea why. So I totally got away with it. And I look at the cop and I go, yeah, I saw them. They were driving so fast. Thank you so much for stopping. And immediately the guy's like, all right, well, I see that you crashed that car. Literally a couple scratches in that car. The one I'm telling you that I scratched the bumper on. So the cop goes, you know, I'd let you go for 500 pesos if you can settle that with that car, with the owner of that car. Again, we're by the beach. So I literally walk across the street and there's a massive foam party going on. It is the most ridiculous thing in the world. Why is there a foam party going on? I go across the street and I tell whoever's at the door, hey, I just crashed against a white car and it's minor, but you know, if you can tell the owner to come out, I'll be across the street so I can pay the owner. He goes, yeah, the car was not one of those expensive cars. It was actually a cheap car. Thank God. So 5 minutes go by. I'm talking to the cops, trying to straighten everything out. The guy comes out. And when the guy comes out from the beach club, he was completely annihilated, wasted. By the way, which now that I think about it, his car was parked there, so he was going to drive home. Glad he didn't. His car is parked there. The guy comes out and he goes, bro, what happened to my car? I'm like, literally nothing, dude. I'm sorry I scratched your bumper right here and it's just a paint thing. The guy looks at me and goes, are you going to pay me for it? I'm like, of course I am. He goes, well, can I get like 300 pesos, which by the way is like $15 now. And I go, yeah, dude, of course I'll pay you the 300 pesos. And the guy goes, woo! I give him the money and he literally went back inside into the club to party again. You can't make that shit up. Then the cop is like, oh, okay. So the cops were trying to nail me because in Mexico there's this funny thing. The cops pull you over and they just want to get some money, so for whatever reason. So I ended up paying the cops 500 pesos, which is totally wrong. And I would never do again. And they let me go. They even put my car in a tow truck and everything. But here's the lesson learned. Alejandro, this moron, does not power slide the car anymore on the streets without knowing where he's going or what's in front of him. That's why on the streets, I drive like such a pussy. Honestly. Is this some honesty serum, Pedro? Because I don't think I should be saying that. Actually, driving like a man is what I meant. So kids, number one, never drink and drive. I was not drinking and driving, but never drink and drive. Number two, do not power slide the car when it's raining. Number three, do not power slide the car when it's raining. There's a strip club in the corner that you frequent and you forgot that the turn is completely different from the other one because bad things will happen. And that's what I leave you with, kids. So please, Cupbangers, let me know in the comments down below if you've ever been in an accident, and hopefully it's just a funny story, no tragedies or anything. Please, let's keep the mood light and let me know what happened to you. Thank you so very much for watching Cup to the Bangers. I appreciate it. I'm Alejandro, and I definitely, let's make a point here, I do not approve this message. Thank you for watching.